Hey there, everybody. Ben here with another quick watch review for you. Today we got the Star King AM0184SL22. Wow, that's a mouthful. Glad we got that all out without stuttering. Whew. So let's get this off wrist and just take a quick look at this interesting little cheap, and it was cheap, watch that I got off of AliExpress. So this recommendation came from Jody over at Just One More Watch. He does a lot of work with affordable watches, and I usually don't like to call things cheap, but this one was definitely cheap, and actually it does a great job, so I'm not going to bag on it. But let's just take a little closer look at this one so you can get a better idea for what we're looking at here. As I mentioned, this is the the Star King brand, which is from AliExpress. It's just one of those local Chinese places that takes care of their own brand. So specs on this one, we have 40 millimeter case from side to side here, stainless steel is what it's been reported as. We see that lug tip to lug tip right here is going to be 48. We're going to look at a thickness of 12 millimeters. 50 meters of water resistance. And then this wonderful crystal right here is indeed sapphire. When I first saw Jody do a review on this one and he mentioned sapphire, I really wanted to go with something that had sapphire on it, so I was very happy that it was. Now that I've been touching it, it's all gooked up, so let me just pull it out here real quick and make it nice and pretty. Look, that looks a little bit better now, does it, without fingerprints all over it? Another thing that I really was attracted to was, look at that that second hand. I really love the fact that this is a 28,800 beats per hour, or basically an 8 times per second movement. This is one of their in-house movements. I forget what it is. There's a whole bunch of letters and stuff. It doesn't matter, but I just like it. That was the thing that really attracted me on top of the sapphire crystal. I really wanted to have something that had that nice even sweep of the second hand. Let's see what else we got on this one here. As you can see, let's flip this over on the back. It is an automatic movement. You can see what's kind of going on with the back here. This is just, I believe, Hardlex. I don't believe it is sapphire, but of course the front here is sapphire. Got all the specs here that are around that. Shake it around a little bit, and you can see that the rotor does indeed move. What else can we say of this one? Not much of a power reserve. I mean, I think it's somewhere, what I've clocked it at is somewhere like right around 30 seconds. Sorry, not 30 seconds, 30 hours, 34 hours worth of power reserve. So it's not much. It's a day and change. So make sure that you're winding it or wearing it frequently. Speaking of winding, it does hand wind and hack, and we do have a nice little crown right here. It is a signed crown. However, one thing that I've noticed is it is kind of small. So when I try to grab this, it really, I know I'm going to sound like a wuss right now, but it really hurts my fingers to kind of wind this. So I bought a watch winder off eBay for like $3, and I use that to help wind this up so that it keeps going. That being said, it does not keep the greatest of time. I haven't taken it apart on the back here to try to regulate it, but I am losing on average about 15 seconds per day. This is by far the worst performing of all my watches, and at 15 seconds per day, that's not bad, but I just haven't gotten around to tearing this thing apart, opening up the back just to check out what's going on with the movement back there. I don't wear it a ton. It is a dress watch, and I wear it as as the time allows for, but it is what it is. The strap, it's cheap. Look at it. It's genuine leather right here. There's the Star King logo that's on this side here. It says genuine leather over here. You can see it really does bend to my wrist the way it's kind of formed over the course of the last year or so, but it's a cheap strap. It is a 20 millimeter strap, so if you're looking to replace it, that's pretty quick and easy. There's a lot of options for that one. Let's see what else. Right now, you can get them on AliExpress for $48. I was fortunate enough to buy this when it was on sale, and I bought it for $39. And for everything that this has, that's really good. Now, the date window right here, not my favorite, because it would have been nice if that was white on black instead of black on white. But, if I wanted to, I could, of course, take the movement out and replace that with it. Movement. The movement is, like I said, it's not highly accurate, and even though it looks kind of nice with all the perlage back here, it's not the best. It's It's been replaced as far as I know. Recently, I believe Jody did an update that says that they've now changed the movement to being a Miyota movement that's in here versus their in-house. And that's probably a good thing because this is just mass producing, kind of slapped together. So it's not the best thing, but it does a nice job. It is a comfortable watch. I have no problems with it. It's relatively light, 65 grams on when it's on the strap like this. You can also get it on a bracelet if you want, but since this was a dress watch, I wanted to keep it like that. You can see that there is a little bit of let's see if I can get this in the sunlight right. There is a nice little bit of radiance that comes out from the center there. Sorry, there's a lot of finger marks on it right now, so it doesn't quite show up. But it is there. It's nice to see that. And overall, would I buy this watch again? 50-50. Now that it has a Miyota movement on the inside, I might consider doing that versus this movement that's inside of there. However, if that Miyota movement isn't the high beat at 8 ticks per second, if it isn't, I would probably pass on it. But, sapphire crystal, all the other stuff that goes into this. It's a good case, so if you ever wanted to swap out the movement and put something else in here, you'd probably be fine with that. If I were to swap out the movement, I'd also swap out the date wheel just so that everything matched and it looked nice. But if you put in a different movement for 40 bucks, this is still double the price of the watch, but it'd still be a great watch. So that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment down in the section below. But this has been Ben, and I hope you've enjoyed my watch review.